Alright, so this is the main interface, starting with the buttons here. You can enter into the radio, and there are different stations here, right? So not a lot else here. So you can number of settings here. Let's go back. This one is the video. This is the normal video that these units have. This one, I haven't been able to figure this out yet. And then this is the file structure. This is here will give you access to the CAN bus decoder, and then you can control vehicle functions here, like interior light, off time, ambient lighting, day run light, and all you see here, right? When you compare this to the other unit I used to have, this one is for certain more refined. So you have the different options here. Navi, you can program which navigation app you want to see here. Now I have iGo navigation, and I'm having issues with the GPS antenna. Gonna have to take the unit out to check the connection, but it should be able to recognize my position. At this point, it's not recognizing my position, so it's defaulting to a location here that I don't know what it is. Right, and then music is the Android Radio music app. This is the same app we saw in the other units, so I'm not going to spend much time here. Call is kind of a different interface than the other unit I installed previously. So this is what I have here. 360. I'm assuming this one is for 360 camera, but I don't have that. Then we have the apps. So these are all the apps in the unit. I downloaded a couple from the Google Store. As you can see here, I had to download iGo navigation. I didn't have that. We'll go through these later. But these are all the apps. And then this button here, cars, doesn't do anything. So I contacted the vendor. I thought this would show some vehicle parameters, but it doesn't do anything, right? And then settings is where you have all these settings. You can connect to Wi-Fi, etc., etc. Then you can configure display, sound, GPS, storage, and all these settings here. This one is to configure things like temperature, reverse image, default boot volume, steering wheel settings. So if I go there, I'll be able to program anything using this, right? So that's what you have here. And then here's where you spec which app do you want to use for navigation. I currently have iGo navigation, but I could use Maps, Google Maps, or any other for that matter. Let's keep this one for now. I'm gonna go here. Here's where you have location, security, and other settings. Here in application settings is where you tell the system which applications you want the system to open automatically when you turn the car on and the unit turns on. The only app that I have here, is the CarLink 2.0, because that's a CarPlay application. This is the one that I want to always start automatically. And then this one are more settings, and then you have device information. Going back to this one is requires a code. The code for this unit is always going to be 3368. And I found this looking at different posts, and their posts that tell you there are posts that list a number of codes, and I started trying them until I found one that works, right? So 3368 to access. In this case, you access with 3368 all the hidden menus here, right? So here you have all these options here. No, this is not it. So here is where you change the boot screen logo. When you boot the system, this is what I have right now. And then it gives you the instructions on how to change the logo here, right? So you enter there, you create the appropriate logo. Resolution has to be 1920 by 720. You put it in an SD card or USB. In this case, it's an USB because you don't have any other way to save it in the system. And then it will automatically load it here, and then you can select, right? This one is where you tell the unit what type of CAN bus decoder you have. Is an LCHC CAN bus decoder. Yeah, and as you saw here, is a Porsche. It says KN, but then it says Macan, right? This is the right configuration. And you can see all other options here. In original car agreement, there's additional settings. This is where you can set the reverse parking line. You can set the radar display on and off. AC information. I haven't seen this AC information anywhere, so I don't know where it is, but I have it on, etc., etc. And then this is it. When you go here and you can go to developer options. Once again, it asks you for a code. It's 3368. And then here you have a number of options that you can change. The only option, or the only setting I changed here was related to the animation scale. I set everything up to 0.5x because it gives you, let me see if that's it. Yeah, it gives you better sensitivity when you're scrolling, for example. So that's that. So these are the settings. and I think that there's not much more here other than what you see here. It's very difficult to, at least I haven't been able to figure out how to customize this launcher. So if I press here, it just gives you the option for wallpapers, live wallpapers. For example, if I go to the app, I was hoping to take the CarPlay link and put it in the main screen, which I kind of, when you look at the instructions, you can do this and add it, but it doesn't allow me because it says that there's no more room in the home screen. So, and then when I try to delete one of the options, for example, this one or this one, which I really don't care about, at least having it in the main screen, it doesn't allow me to delete those. So that's what I have here. All right, let's go to the controls, the steering wheel controls, and how it reacts in the unit, right? So I'm going to right. So if you go up and down the knob here, it will control the volume of the unit. So that behavior is as expected. If you press it, then it mutes. So that's as expected. It's an expected behavior. You cannot initiate the call by pressing this button here, right? So if you press that button, nothing happens. But if you're receiving a call, then you can pick it up by pressing this button. No issues there. And then the diamond button, or the joker button, this is the technical term in Porsche, this is a joker button. It changes the mode. So as you can see here, it goes
positive, encouraging K-Love.
It goes from the main launcher to radio, to the phone, music, video, navigation. That's the function of that joker button. And I've tried to change these in the steering wheel, but it doesn't do anything, right? Just like in the prior system, I cannot teach the steering wheel with this option. And then on the other side, you have the end call button that works as intended as well, even with CarPlay. So when you end the call, you can end it here. When you pick up a call, you can pick it up here, even in CarPlay, right? So that's good. These two buttons don't do anything, right? So let me just confirm. Yep, they don't do anything, which is okay because you want these two buttons reserved to control the multifunction display. If these two buttons were controlling this, and then you want to do something here, you will be controlling the screen unintentionally, right? So you really don't want that. So this is good, right? So those are the steering wheel controls. So let's go through the apps, some of them at least, right? So put this here. All right. So this app store is the proprietary app store for the unit, right? So this is where you need to be connected to Wi-Fi. So I'm currently connected, but this is where you would get all the system upgrades. For example, I already upgraded the CarLink app to the latest version. Protocol of the CAN bus service and CAN bus. subservice and backup. So there are a couple of themes here, but I haven't installed these themes. I do like this one, so I'm gonna keep that one. You even have a calculator, which is convenient, I guess. This one, I don't know what this is, Carbit link, so I need to do more research on that one. Aux is card link, we're gonna go there later. Chrome is the internet browser. Bluetooth is the music application. This one, Card UI, I don't know what this does. I mean, I open it, but then it doesn't do anything. The steering wheel control, we already saw that. All right, so this is the equalizer. And this is slightly different from the unit I used to have before. The unit I used to have before had 16 parameters times 3 screens, right? So you had more options here. Here you only have 16 equalizing parameters, but you also have the Q factor that you can modify. It's not bad, right? The other was better, but this one is good as well. It has enough for you to be able to equalize the system well. In my case, I have it all set at 0 because I'm doing my equalization at the amplifier level. Then you have the field, which is your preferential position as a listener. You can move these whatever you want. Then there's surround. I have these turned off. Well, this actually on, but I don't have any surround settings here, although I do have the rear horn surround strength set at maximum level. Bass enhancement is off. I don't have that setting off. As I said, I'm doing all the equalization and power settings at the amplifier level. And then there's a bass filter, which also is not active. All right, so that's the equalizer. File manager, we saw that there's an option to access these at the launcher menu. Gallery, you have Google, iGo navigation, iHeartRadio, I downloaded that, maps, MCU key. This is where you program the panel here, the function of the buttons, the function of the skip tracks. You can change that to whatever you want here, right? So then the music player, Navi, operation guide. This gives you operation instructions on how to operate and what are the meanings of all the options in the launcher, for example, how to operate them. So you have all that here. And you have the Google Store, radio, then the settings. We already went through that. I downloaded Sirius XM and Spotify. Touch Assistant. So like, for example, in this case, there's a display button. You can see it here that opens the whatever you want to open with this button, but I turned it off because it was annoying having that button there. And then vehicle settings is I already show you that. Video player, voice search, Waze, I downloaded that. YouTube and YouTube TV, I downloaded that. So those are the apps. And I think that's it. There's not much else to show you here. I mean, it's a radio after all. It's an Android radio unit, so it's very customizable. So there you go. So as you can see here, as I mentioned in the other video, I changed the knobs by OEM knobs. I did that by this hole here was smaller, but I carefully drill into it, and that's how I was able to make them bigger, and now they fit snug into this unit. All right. And then if you remember, this unit used to have a red dot here, and in their infinite wisdom, the manufacturer of the unit made that red dot permanent. With the OEM units, that red dot is a sticker, so the first thing you do is you remove it, but you cannot do that here. So they are now, so I contacted them, and a couple of people I have contact with also have contacted them, the vendors I mean, and they said that they have like the manufacturer have already manufactured about 1,500 of these units with the red dot, and that future units will be manufactured without the red dot. So I don't know how long it will take for those units to sell, so that they can start selling units without the red dot. But if you don't want to wait, and again, I tried to return this unit in to see if they could supply me with the unit without the red dot. And I also wanted to have the optical tussling fiber output, which they incorporated into these units after I bought this. And so I initiated a return, but it turns out that I could only return the unit if I have issues with it, like failure in the unit, and I don't have that. So after a lot of negotiation with the vendor, they agreed to send me the board that you see in the screen right now, the Toslink fiber optic board, for me to install in my unit. But I couldn't win the argument of the red dot, right? So what I did is that then I bought this button. This is an NFC button, which I haven't decided how to program yet, but it's kind of nice, glossy button. It blends very well with the rest of the unit, so it looks really well. So if you don't want to wait until those 1,500 units are sold, this is a good alternative, right? So that's that. All right, so now I want to show you how this unit boots. All right, you can see there. The Porsche logo that I just changed. This is the animation. I haven't figured out how to change that, but I don't dislike this animation that much, so I think I'm going to leave it as is. And then this is the I took you through the whole process of connecting to CarPlay, right? So That's how long it takes from boot to CarPlay. You can change these to a Porsche logo or icon. What I found is after I reboot after I reboot the system or the system reboot itself, always goes back to this. Then I have to go and repeat the whole process. I haven't figured out how to make this permanent, but I'm going to show you anyway so that you know how to do it. You have to save an icon in it has to be, the dimensions have to be 120 by 120 pixels, right? And then what you do, you go to files, and then at this point I created a folder called Porsche icon, and I saved the icon there, so I always have it there because I know that this is going to happen. It doesn't happen often, right? So, but it happens from time to time, and really doing this process doesn't take this long. So what I do is I mark it and I copy it, and then go back. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And then so let me repeat that. So what I do is I go to Porsche icon, I mark it, and let me cancel the copy. I copy it, and then the back I want it is here. So go back to the menu. There's a folder called car link. You go there. There's a logo, and what I do is I mark it and I delete it, and then I paste the icon, right? So that that should give me the Porsche icon, as you can see here, right? Looks nice. But as I said, as soon as I reboot the system, reboot it again, then it goes back with the same icon. So I need to figure out, and if you know how to do this, you can put it in the comments below. That would be great. Right, so there you go. It goes back to the old logo. So I have to repeat the whole process. As I said, this doesn't happen often. All right. So when I turn the car off, turns off. This is not as instantaneous as the other unit I had, but I mean, it doesn't take a long time. So there you go. All right, one more thing here. So as I mentioned in my other video, in the installation video, this volume knob obviously works as intended, right? So turns the volume up and down, and then if I press it, it mutes the unit. This knob, as I said before, you can turn it up to here and then goes back, turn it up to here, goes back. So I program it so I can navigate a little bit at least. So, but as you can see, I have to actuate it so that it moves the cursor, right? And then I program this button so that when I turn it or when I press it, it's enter. But I don't use it that much because let me say this, right? With the PCM 3.1, the touch control was very spotty and not good. So I relied a lot in the knob so that I could navigate through the different areas of the screen. With this unit, really the touch control is so good that I don't need that button. I don't need that knob anymore. So I barely use it, right? So if at all. So finally, these buttons are programmed to skip tracks back and forth. This button is programmed to take you off or navigate back. At this point, this will even take you off the CarPlay if you're in it. So, and then the options button, I forget how I programmed it, but it may take you back to the unit. So this, I think this is always takes you to the launcher. This is back, but this always takes you to the launcher. And this is how I program it. You can program it however you want. Audio, with the supplied RCA to MOS converter, is not very good. The sound is very attenuated, as I said in my earlier video. I had to buy another box from Amazon that seemed to be more robust, have better reviews, and the sound audio is spectacular. So the improvement is night and day. As I said earlier, I'm going to be installing the supplied Toslink fiber optic board that they're going to send and see how that compares. But honestly, I think that the sound is great. So all right, this is the video camera. You can see the radar here. Right. So you start hearing it when I deactivate the e-brake. The camera normally would not come up with the e-brake on, but in this case it comes on, which is good. I mean, I like it. And let me see if I can. You still see the lights moving. And the image is much better, and that's because I changed the camera. I upgraded it, so that will be part of a future video on how I did this. Finally, the Santerix core. This unit really has come along very nicely. but I have to give a score of 3 with the installation or for the installation because it's not difficult to figure out which wires go where. Connecting wires is not difficult, but what makes it very difficult is really the ductwork for the bands. Um, it is very difficult to install. The wires get in the way, and then you have little space. And I spent hours trying to accommodate these in a way that the dogs were not going to be, or the wires were not going to be in the way of the dogs, that the dogs were not pushing the rest of the ductwork inwards, etc., right? So this is probably the most difficult unit I have to install just because of that reason, and because the ductwork on the rear side takes a lot of space. There's really not a lot of space to accommodate all the boxes you need to accommodate behind the unit. Pairing is good, similar to Plevona Mr. 12 volt. Connection reliability is very, very good. I haven't had any issue with connection reliability yet. Video quality is extremely good. Audio, I put that as a 10 once I got the new box from Amazon. I also installed the Toslink optical board that they provided, and I will make a video on that later on how to install that. But that definitely improved the audio even beyond the Amazon box. On the integration, this unit integrates a little bit better than Plevona unit, hence a score of 6 here. The steering wheel controls are not that bad, and I think that the rest of the unit integrates similarly to the Plevona unit, but it's not PCM, so you're gonna certainly lose certain items or features that you used to have with the PCM, like intersection lighting, because that uses the GPS on PCM. You're gonna lose certain screens in the multifunction display that used the navigation system, right? So things like that, right? So not a big deal for me. I was not using those anyway, so I don't mind losing them. Tuning and equalization is very similar to Mr. 12 volt. That probably is a 10 as well. I think it's very good. OEM look and feel. This one is really, really, really good. I do like the way this unit integrates into the system. And customer service, I rated that as an 8. The vendor is very accessible, and they answer all my questions basically within a day. So overall, this unit is the better unit of the ones I tried. So I for now, I'm giving this unit 2 thumbs up. So thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.